Welcome to Contractors Exfilzone. You've either just got your own VR headset for the first time. If that's the case, I suggest doing a few of the basic games that are already installed on it before coming into something like this. If you just got this game for the first time, you've done a few sort of shooter games on VR before, you kind of get the gist, then this video is for you to learn how to play. So, you spawn in here for the first time. This is your bunker. This is basically how it's going to look. I haven't really unlocked anything extra. The guns and stuff are going to be different here. You're going to have body armors, helmets and things. I've lost some of mine, and some of my guns are different because of losing things and gaining other things. The first thing that I recommend doing is learning how these guns work. So you should have a gun like this. Take it off the wall there. What I'm going to do is hold this up to it, and it says that it is, I was looking at the mag, an M16A2 assault rifle. Now, this thing here is going to tell you what every single thing is, and when you're holding it, it also shows you information about you. So let's pop that back there for a second and talk about this. You've got a few here on this shelf. You can hold it up to anything and it will tell you what it is. So if I hold it up to this helmet, it says unusual helmet, protection level 3. It's going to be the same as this one. I've got a cat. Oh no, I've got the same helmet here. Protection level 3. Just gives you information about it. Hold it up to a gun. Tells you about the gun. Hold it up to bullets. It tells you about bullets. Hold it up to your bags. It literally tells you everything. When you're in a game, I'll show you later, this will also be how you access your map. And it can go into one of these pockets here. So, pick up your gun. Grab a couple of mags. The layout will be so that your gun is here and your mags will be here, that they work in it. So it's a side trigger to grab your gun, and then it's a top trigger to mess around with any mags. Pull it out. Tells you there if it's nearly full or it is full. If it's literally your first time joining, they will all be full. If they're not full, come over here to your tremendous supply of bullets, pick them up with the side button, and then press the X button, I believe it is, the bottom one on the right hand side, or vice versa, depending if you're left or right handed, and just tap it. And you'll start putting bullets back into that mag. You can then put the mag inside and chamber the gun. Every single gun has a different chambering mechanic, so you're going to want to learn that. Now, say a gun like this, we're not pulling back in the same place that we did before. We've got a mag that's empty. See that? Red for empty, so we're not actually going to pull a bullet through. But the chambering is on the side here. It's worth getting comfortable with these guns. Now, the best way to do that is to pick a gun. Don't worry about you're going to lose anything, because you're not initially. Pick your gun. Pick your body armor, helmet, and backpack. Take one that's got pouches on it, and fill your pouches with the mags that are underneath that gun. So you've got your helmet on, you've got your body armor on. Fill these up with the correct mags for your gun. Trigger, put it on there, let go. It's in there. Okay. If you can't put, or you need to put pockets onto your body armor, leave it on there for a second. Come over here, pick up one of the things, and just pop it straight on wherever you want to go. So it's gone on there. If you want to take it off, you use both triggers to remove it. Okay. And to remove the body armor from here, it's easiest to point at the neck when the circle appears. Oh, there it is. It's a bit fiddly. Body armor's a bit annoying to grab off of these things, but there it goes. See, I'm selecting that circle that appears under the neck. Right. So, backpack. You come over here and you fill up on medical supplies. This mends broken bones. Okay. A little body symbol will appear if you get damaged in the kind of bottom left. If it's gone X on any of the limbs, on your head, chest, stomach, arms or legs, you take this and you place it onto the correct part. You can hear it beep. It shows it's attaching to the correct, well, to a part. And then you pull the trigger and it will start mending bones. Very important. Bandages. If you're bleeding at all, see, the body appeared there for a second. There it is. So you can see that I'm bandaging my left arm. And if I swap over, right arm. You bring it to your arm, you press the trigger, and it brings up this circular motion. And you just circle it around your arm to bandage. I'm not actually going to do it because I don't need to. Take your backpack on and off. Don't want to take this. Just put it here and let go. It's on your back. Go over your shoulder to take it off. Okay. We've also got painkillers and syringes. Now, I'm not going to go into loads of detail about all these items and like the most OP way to do things. I'm just going to go into what I personally have learned. Right, so we can pop that over here. We've already got one on our chest. We've got water, we've got food, we've got loads of meds, and we've even got to take this off the bottom. So, you've got your supplies, you come over here. This is your main hub. All your information is going to be on here. What you're going to do is you're going to press suburb, and then training. Okay, so we're contractor training. This is going to put us straight into a game with only enemy scavs, enemy AI. But we are not going to lose anything when we die, and we probably are going to die. So, at least as a beginner, there's no danger of losing anything. You're only going against the AI, and what you're going to do is, I would do this for a few sessions, honestly. You can learn a map. You can learn how to heal yourself when you do get shot or injured. You're going to learn everything. Learn all of the basics through this training with no risk at all. So, got my gun. Is it going to fire? No. It's not firing because I haven't pulled that back. Now, it'll fire. Nope. There we go. See, even I'm not good with this gun. I haven't used it very much. So to pull it all the way back and forward again, it's good to learn all of these things, because if that had happened to me, obviously, especially going up against other people, I'd have been dead. Right. First thing to do is head into a building. You can loot. Have a look at the different things you can get. If you're going to be paying attention to things you do actually need early on, although this, again, is a training mission, so this is a good item, but we're not actually going to be able to take it out. You can see stone lion, high value. So you can literally hold this device up to anything you need to. I would treat this as a real game anyway. I'm going to loot the stuff and do everything I would normally. Your little device here that we hold up to things is also your map. If you're holding it in your right hand and you press right trigger at the top, the map will expand. You can then click and drag. You can also just single click and pop a pin down. Now, they don't stay forever. They don't seem to stay for too long, really, but you can tell that, you know, it is in that direction. You can also see Exfil points. Orange there, padlock, green, green, green. Okay, so these are the ones that I'm going to be using, but they're not open yet. They come up green on this map. You see there's a timer on that one. I don't actually believe that they're open yet, because normally you can see them on your compass as well. So let's get rid of that second. On my compass. So that maybe they are open because we're in training. Normally it takes a while for them to actually open up. But you can see there, 1,016 meters, 17 minutes, 25 seconds. That one is padlocked, so presumably we need a key card, you know, a key to get out. It will be a key, not a key card. Just in case anyone's coming from Tabor, it's the same thing. There, all your different coloured key cards are actual keys in this one. So, what you're going to do is just go and get into some trouble, get into some fights. Ooh. You want to learn. You can see what's lootable here. Batteries and things, that's all good. When you get into a proper game or a scav game, which we'll go into detail in a minute, it's worth taking pretty much anything, even things that just seem like junk. So the idea is we get into a couple of fights, test our metal a little bit, and try our healing. Now, if you come from Ghost of Tabor, the healing in this game is what is majorly different. There are lots of differences, but the healing is something that you're definitely going to need to practice. So what I'm going to do is play through this game, this training game, get into a couple of fights, hopefully get shot a bit without actually dying, so I have a chance to heal myself. Torch there. Wire, that's good. But if you want to skip ahead, what we're going to do is after we've done this one training game, we're going to go into something called a scav run, where we actually are in a proper game with real players, and the loot that we get we can keep, but we spawn in as an AI about halfway through a game normally, so it's easier, and the actual real AI, non-person people, won't attack us. We can even open these, that's always good to know. The little bolt thing. They won't attack us if we don't attack them. So you can skip ahead to that if you kind of know about this part. If not, what I'm going to do is just play this game out and take it from there. This is a bit of a slower video of learning. I kind of want to show you things as it happens rather than the, you know, cutting to this, cutting to that, and just too much information all at once. There's really good videos like that out there already, so I don't feel like I need to add more to that. I just kind of wanted to get into a training game. And again, if you are starting and you're not going to get too bored by it and put off the game, I would just do these training. I would do 5 of these training missions before I do anything else, and I would learn, get good with the gun control, take in different guns, get good with the healing, get good with the backpack, what you can loot, what you can't loot, how to extract. The best way of learning this is just to experience it. So we need to find some scabs, really. Which there might be some in here. There's one. So, scav character. I'm going to shoot him in the back. Get his attention. Try and get him to hit me. Right, so he's hit me in the arm and I'm bleeding. I can see that based on the little sort of cut symbol there, and the 40 is going down. Take my bandage. Click here. So wrap it around, following the direction. I've stopped the bleeding. The number's not going down anymore. It just says 38. Pop that up. Pop an injection. And I'm bringing my health of my arm straight back up. Okay? Now, if I'd been shot somewhere else, once it had finished healing the arm, it would have then gone on to healing the other parts of the body. So, let's see if I can break a limb of mine. They got pretty good aim. Normally. Well, when they actually... There you go. Also, that was a pretty good hit. So I got both my legs messed up and my groin. See if he can hit a leg again. He might just kill me, so obviously if that happens. Chest that time. I'm not taking any bleeding damage. Oh, he's got a shotgun, I think. There we go, right. There is an X there on my stomach, because he has broken my stomach, right? That's when this comes in handy. You take this out, you pop it on your stomach, you can see which bit is highlighted, what bit it's attached to, and you click. Okay, you've got to hold it down. It's going to take a while. Now, obviously, this scav could push me while I'm doing this, and that wouldn't be ideal. Right, let's pop me back on 1 health. If this happens, and you get hit in the stomach, you also lose a lot of your food and water. So we're going to check that. Put it back up a little bit. Best way to check that is press in the menu button on your left hand. Okay, so my food and water is still pretty good, but if it was broken and I tried to eat or drink, it wouldn't heal, okay? Am I hitting him? No. There we go, I was aiming, shooting above his head for quite a while there, too long. Okay, so he's dead. Now, I'm still hurt. If I put this on my chest, you can see the numbers there. 35, 56, 60, 65, 60 and all that. Start healing, and it brings it all up. So I stuck it in my chest, but when it's done healing my chest, it's still going to bring up other body parts. See, it's doing my legs now. So we'll prioritise one area, and then it will start healing all of them anyway. Okay, now these guys should drop their gun when they die. They can take their body armour off, and you can keep that if you want. Depending on your backpack, you can also take body armour. If it's not got any pockets or anything items on it, pop it on there. Easy way to loot it. You can do the same with a helmet. Am I not wearing a helmet? Not sure. But you can put a helmet on the side. You can put these little pockets on the side for ammo. You can put a water container pocket on the side to keep it out of your bag and out of the way. Now, he should have dropped his gun, but he hasn't. So that might be a glitch, or who knows. But that is the best way of getting in and learning how to heal. It's just actually doing it yourself. So what we're going to do now, I kind of wanted a gun from him because I only bought in 1 mag of my own. What we're going to do now... Oh, look, more... Again, we're not actually going to end up keeping any of this stuff. Or losing any of the stuff that we've lost. Okay, shotguns are a little bit different. A shotgun like this, you're going to load the ammo like we did in the mag on the other one, and just tap it in. I haven't used too many shotguns. You can put this ammo in one of these pouches as well. You know, it doesn't have to be a mag. Pick that up. Grab that. And we got our shotgun. Okay. I think shotguns are pretty decent. Obviously in close combat as well, so... But this map is so big, and there's so many open spaces that middle to long is probably the kind of combat you're going to get on this map. There is an underground map, which probably a shotgun would be more appropriate. But obviously you can't really beat a shotgun in certain circumstances. It's just whether you get into those circumstances or not. But as part of the learning, just try every gun you get a chance to get. You know, like we say, this is a... just a training match, so we can't keep this shotgun anyway, but we may as well give it a try. Now, this item here, you check, always pull this out, highlight over it, you can see. This is a remote. It's a miscellaneous item, it's electric, common, okay? There are going to be some missions, and one of your first missions is going to be to collect household items. So the best way to do that is looting houses, obviously, but using that device in order for it to tell you what the item is, so you don't have to guess. Because a TV remote, right, I would think that was a household item, honestly. So you can hear the scav having a go at me.
I'll break your bones.
Oh, that was pretty powerful over that. And then pump it again, maybe? Pump it again? No? Maybe just already did it. I'm surprised that killed him in 1 over that distance, to be honest. Okay, so you can move their bodies around. He didn't drop his gun either. So maybe it's because it's training. But normally they'll drop their gun and their mag will be out of it. But it will be fully loaded. They wouldn't have shot any of the... Ooh! That's nice, isn't it? I mean, we can't keep it, but what we could do, and what we would do if this was a proper raid, is we take our big backpack off and we tuck that in the back there. This is only available with some backpacks, the bigger ones. You can put the body armour, you could put a helmet, you could put a gun up in there. So what we're going to do now, we've got a bit of loot. Obviously this is training, but if we're going to treat it like it was real, for me anyway, if you guys could just keep going until you die, go into some of the main areas. If you take this out, if you headed into Palm Hill, a lot of scavs in there. There's quite a few scavs here. It's the built-up areas. This is loads and loads of scavs in this area. I think this is the mall. And there's probably a boss scav in there as well who's going to be really hard. But this is what you want to be doing, really, is just learning, like, as you play. So now we've got a compass at the top. We've got one extraction that is green, so it shows that it's open. That one opens in 7 minutes. I'll just go to the one that is open. And my pin is still there from earlier. Unless I did that just now by accident. If you're obviously in a completely normal game, you're going to be dealing with people as well, and then that is just... So there's a scav shooting at me. Oh, look at that. So I'm bleeding and I have a broken arm and a broken stomach. We've got to stop the bleeding first. So on my arm, I'm still bleeding from my stomach. Another bandage. Trigger onto your stomach. You can see, and then backwards and forwards. Okay, I had to stand up to do it. So now I'm not bleeding anymore, but they're still broken. Take this out. Pop it onto my stomach, because that's more important than a broken arm. And let it work away. When your stomach's broken, you're going to be losing food and water, and you're not going to be able to eat or drink to repair it. Just keep an eye that scav's not pushing us, which he doesn't seem to be. They normally do, so I don't know if they're turned down a little bit on training mode. What we're going to do actually this time, as well as inject, we're going to pop some pills. Hold it in one hand, left trigger in the other, hold it to your mouth. You don't need to tip it, you don't need to do anything else. You can close it again afterwards if you want. Now he's not freaking out from the pain anymore. I'm going to inject my stomach. There's also another device you can use to heal, which is like a medical kind of syringe thing. It looks a bit odd, but that's got a lot of healing in it. So he didn't push us, which again, if it was a player, they would have, and I feel like normally the scabs do as well. Shotgun's pretty good. But I think they're turned down in the training, and they're not dropping their guns. Let's talk about food and water. So, we've been running around, we've been doing quite a lot, we got shot quite a few times. Press the menu button on your left controller. My hydration is 0, okay, and my energy, or food, is 10, so that's no good. I think we would have already been taking damage and things. Or we would have noticed, anyway, because the water being so low. Open the bottle. Pop. Open the bottle, please. Maybe you have to come off the menu. There you go. Can't do it on the menu. Open the bottle with a trigger, like we did the pain pills. Hold it up to your mouth. You don't need to tip it. You just hold it against your mouth. Okay, that bottle vanishes once it's empty. There are other bottles that are refillable and reusable. Now, if we check our water again, it's gone up to 59. So we still need to eat. Pop that. Hold it to your mouth. Let's check our food and stuff again. You see it's still going up, okay? So you're going to take a bite of this and your food's going to go up by about 4, right? And you're going to think, well, what the hell? But it's going to keep going up, so you don't need to panic. See, it's on 52 now. You can see on here as well what's hurt, overall sort of information about yourself, your weight, which will obviously affect your stamina, and I think your food and water loss. So what we're going to do is, because there's no point really for me anyway to be like looting anything, we're going to head to the extraction still, which is still 1,000 meters away, which is a long way. But like I said, this really is the best way to learn. It's just to get in there, use bandages and stuff like I was doing, use the healing, learn, you know, the aiming, learn how to do all the different guns. Because after this, we're going to do something called a scav run. Oh, that was from over there. Look, there it is. Now you can also slide. If you're sprinting, you've clicked in L3. If you press down, not R3, but just push down on that analog stick, you'll slide. Okay, pretty good for covering ground and not being shot. If you tap in R3, you're going to jump like that, okay? Now, the mall is a very dangerous place in any circumstances. There's a lot of scabs here. There's going to be players coming in here a lot. It's worth avoiding until you've built up a reasonable level of confidence in things. I haven't, even myself, and I'm not saying I'm particularly good, but I've played for a few hours, more than a few hours, and I haven't done a mall raid yet, because I know I'm just going to die instantly. See, now this is obviously not going to work very good over a long distance. I'm out of ammo on that. I'm out of ammo on that. So what I'm going to do is take my buckshot, put more in there, tap, 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 tap. Right back in there. I'll break your phone. Enemy! Come on, dude. Alright. Now, another little thing that I just did there that I'm not sure if you noticed is I just picked this gun up without actually bending down to touch it. So the scabs aren't really to be messed around with. They are turned down in this training. I think I would have already been dead otherwise because I'm not actually playing very tactically. But gun is on the ground here. Aim towards it, get the circle, press the side grab button. It will come up to your hand. Okay. So what I'm going to do is load the rest of the bullets in here. Check it's pumped and keep on going. Now, I did get hurt a bit during that. Not too bad though, but again, if this was a real game, I'd probably syringe by now. So now what we're going to do is basically run across a map in order to get out and extract. So I am going to cut here and get to the point where we're extracting. We're heading towards the green one because the yellows aren't open yet, and that one's padlocked anyway. And we got another green one here, about pretty much the same distance. The red arrows on the side of this green one on the right are pointing down because it's a lower... Their aim is not as good as it is in real life either, in real games. That one is lower than we were. You know, it's showing it's down low. Stop now, and that one's gone down because we've gone up this hill. So you can help you find it. Let's cut ahead to an extraction and then get into a scav game. Okay, so we're now 130 metres away from extraction. There's a scav down there taking shots at us. The scavs aren't really to be messed around with in a normal game as well. Like, they are a little bit tricky. I've never extracted from here before, actually, so this is interesting. There's the extraction, the green little smoke coming up from it. So all we got to do, and depending on where we are, there's high likelihood that there is a player here camping this extraction and just waiting to absolutely shit on us after we've spent 25 minutes in a raid getting everything that we needed. Here, I'd be worried about the top there. I'd be worried about any little nooks and crevices. So what I would do is get in here, behind the extraction, crouch down, and I would pick a side to watch. I would probably watch this side, because obviously that's higher ground, that's lower. There's a counter there, 2, 1, out. Now, normally information comes up on the screen, but it's been a bit glitchy for me, so just press leave game. And here we are, back in the bunker. We have everything that we had beforehand, and we obviously didn't take anything either, because it was a training game. Now, the next thing to do, I would do that 5 times. I'd just spend a day doing that, learning, taking in different guns, taking in different things. If you've got the patience to do it, it is probably a good idea. What we're going to do after that, oh, look at these Christmas lights, is we're going to do something called a scav run, where we come on here, and instead of hitting training, because we're on contractor at the moment, we're going to hit Scavenger. Now, this is going to put us in PvP with real people as an AI player. It takes a little bit sometimes. It takes a few minutes to find these games. You can only do these games every sort of 40 minutes. When we come out of it, there'll be a timer on there that you have to wait. Basically, you get dropped in. You're not taking any of this stuff with you, so you're not going to lose any of your stuff. You get dropped in with a random little backpack with a drink and some other bandage and crap in it normally. You get a random gun, so that's going to help you learn different kind of guns as well. Scavs usually have similar sort of guns that they end up using, but we're going to do that. And so you're not going to lose anything, but you are going to be against people. Now, the scavs are not going to engage you, okay? We're going to go through this and you'll see it in person, but I may as well chat about it now for a minute. The scavs are not going to engage you unless you shoot them first. That includes other player-controlled scavs. If a player-controlled scav shoots you, all the scavs are going to aggro them. Oh, we found one pretty quick. Check that I'm muted. If you shoot a player scav or a normal scav, every single scav on the map is going to know that you did that. You shoot a scav on the bottom left and you kill one and no other scavs see it, and you run across the map to the top, they're all going to know. They got some kind of radio, they tell everybody what you've done. I may just really die quickly doing this, but obviously anything that we have when we appear here, and anything that we extract with... So I didn't need to do that, it was already cocked. I've got a drink, I've got mags. And you can see that it's already been looted, because this is open. I've got a backpack with random bits and bobs in it. We're going to keep any of this stuff, if we make it out. Now, let's see, are there other... Scav. So there's shooting, kind of towards 60 there. And again, it's going to be real people, or scav shooting at real people. So I just want to find a scav quickly, just so you can see. Right, here's the scav. So the guys that were messing us up a little bit in the training. Oh, he turned around quick, didn't he? He scared me a little bit, because I know he can't attack me. But he turned round on a dime. So he's not going to attack me. But if I was to shoot this guy... all of the scavs in the area will then start attacking me. And in fact, not the area, the entire map. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and loot some items. The things you need to focus on at the beginning are Obviously, important things like guns and junk and stuff. See, someone's been through here because all these are open. Another little tip is that quite often I close things behind me, especially if I'm going to stay in an area, so that people think it's safe and it hasn't been looted, and I'm still there. There's another scav kind of over there. What we're going to do is look for some stuff to loot. The things, like I said, you need to focus on. They're random things, like this lighter fluid and the lighter. That's really good. You need that for a mission. One of the first missions that you're going to do is household items. So, didn't jump through the window. What's this then? Grease compound. So we're not sure. Probably not a household item, is it? But if we grab this, we can check for sure. So miscellaneous tool. Okay, so we'll take it. Like, put it in there. Fill your backpack up, because you can always swap things out later. You might not find anything else that's worth taking. If you want to vault something, you can see it says grip, and you will automatically just move through. Okay, that scab is making me nervous. Let's have a look at our map and see where we are. So we are right in the top right hand side. Your exfils will always basically be the furthest ones from you. So we're going to have to run all the way across there if we want to complete this scab mission. Again, I would have done 4 or 5 training missions before this. I don't know if that's actually what I did, but that's what I recommend now, knowing what I know. And we may just instantly die, because there are still players in this map. Now, none of these scabs are aggro on anything, okay? So it's a good sign that there isn't anyone here. And they're also not dead, which is a good sign that there's no one else here. If there were scav bodies littering the floor, then we would think that someone has just been through, because they do respawn. I'm not sure how long it takes them to respawn. But I think it's reasonably quick. So the chances of anyone else being here are low, but never zero. And they're also, like I said, they're not aggroing anything. If all the scabs will be moving and shooting at someone, you know, you can tell kind of where they are and what's happening, and then maybe move in and take a few shots yourself. Obviously, if you're not, don't hit the scabs by accident if you don't want them to aggro you. So let's move in here. Heading towards buildings is obviously the best thing usually for loot. They're the busier areas, and we don't have to worry about the scabs. So we may as well go in and grab whatever we can, like this stuff. We've got a small backpack, but you can find, that all fits in there, you can find bigger backpacks in crates. And obviously if we find a dead player, or kill a player ourselves, they'll probably have a better backpack. You still have to worry about food and water and stuff when you're a scav. You see there's 75 on both. If you happen to find this stuff, there's no harm in just eating it right now. Just putting yourself up to 100. Like, I mean, you probably have a drink or something in your backpack. Well, I didn't actually spawn with a drink this time. Quite often, oh no, I do. It's in here. Yeah, quite often you spawn with a drink anyway. But there's no harm in just popping that up, because, you know, I wasn't going to take this stuff anyway. It only takes 2 seconds to eat it. I may as well just do it. I think you can eat and drink at the same time as well. So we've got pliers there, which would be good to take. We've got tape. Now, this is good. Okay, look, this hasn't been looted. Oh, hear that? Shooting, so they're aggroing someone. In here is computer parts. These are very important. Okay, you definitely want to take these. It's not something that you're going to need right at the start. But there is, I'm going to get rid of them for this, just because. Hear footsteps. And take little things as well. So we might just instantly die. That's a scav. So the player's over there somewhere. Is he not? That's a scav. That's the player.
try.
Okay, so see, that was the scav. Okay. Because this guy's shooting at me. See, I thought that was the player, but it was the scav. Another scav dead. I'm not 100% sure what was happening. So I shot someone then. Alright, so that is just a scav because he's got voice lines and everything, and I think if it was a player he wouldn't have voice lines. So first things to do, stop the bleeding. I don't have medical supplies on this one. I don't particularly need to fight that guy. I don't think. So these were just normal scavs, were they? So who were they aggroing? Someone threw a grenade, which is not, I believe, a scav thing to do.
Don't even try.
My aim, not good. Shot all the bullets out of my mag, so I have to rechamber it. Right, this is a player scav. So what happened is, I don't know if we killed this guy or if the scavs killed him or what happened, but he's a player scav, so we aggroed all the scavs in the area and we upset them. This gun's in the way a minute. So what I'm going to do is take these. Take this if I can, but I'm not too bothered. I'm going to take a phone. Yep. I suppose I'll take this. May as well take everything if it fits. I don't think I needed to take painkillers, but still. Pop that there. Drink this. But because we got into a fight with a real scav then, player scav, we have aggroed every other scav on the map. Right, I always never know whether I need to cock it or not. This won't fit in here, but it does fit in this one. Yeah. Okay, so we've got a few shots now. I mean, that's pretty good. The fact the enemy scav came up to us. I don't know if we killed him again or if the scavs killed him. I think we definitely shot him because I'm pretty sure it was him who was shooting from the spot over there and then he just ran forward. But what we're going to do now is start heading towards an extraction. The extractions are so far away that honestly, I just head towards them and loot on the way because, I mean, you can go somewhere specific and have a little loot if you want, but you're going to learn what you need to learn kind of just by heading towards them and just going to busy looking places on the way. Oh, grenades. Right, let's have a look. Grenades are very different in this VR game. Hold it in your hand, pull the pin, still thing down, hold your other hand forward. You see there's no line. Now there's a line, okay? Forward, and then just let go. And you will throw the grenade, okay? So I don't think that was a flash grenade, maybe. So pull the pin with the top trigger. Pin is out. Make sure this hand is further forward than your grenade hand, or it's not going to work. You're going to drop it at your feet and die. You can aim it, and you can just launch them. And they're powerful. You know, they will kill you if you're too close to it, and they will kill anyone else that you throw them at. They will also attract quite a lot of attention. So, this is the mall, okay? You're going to learn all these places. The mall is dangerous. Like I said, there are scavs there who are now going to be aggro to us because we got into a fight with other scavs and a player scav. But there are also good players there because there's good loot in there. There's a boss. it's an attractive place for decent players to go. So we're not going in there. I mean, we could, I suppose, but we're going to die if we do. Maybe we should, because I already showed you an extraction. So let's just go in there for a laugh. I don't think I particularly need any of the things I've got on me. The phone. Oh, I got that. I'm going to have a look. So scav there, shooting. Whoa. Someone's shooting at me from behind somewhere. Now, I've got a broken stomach and I'm bleeding, okay? But I do not have any means of healing this. So I'm probably going to die. There you go. So, died there because I couldn't stop the bleeding. Obviously, we can't control what we spawn in with as a scav, but bandages are a must. The first thing you do is stop that bleeding, okay? Because you can live with a broken stomach, a broken leg for a bit. A broken leg, for example, is just going to stop you from running. But we didn't lose anything. Anything that we had on our body when we spawned, we played scav, it's just going to appear here, because I had this on me, I had all this stuff on me. To collect it back, you just tap it on the screen, and it'll roll out there, okay? So we didn't lose anything from that. What I would do, 26 minutes left on the scavenger run. You could even do a couple of training ones, just get used to it. And then you could do training, scav, training, scav. You could do a scavenger run, set a timer now for 26 minutes, and just come back and put the headset back on and do another one, just to learn how to play. Now, we're going to move on. That's what I would suggest doing as the basics, okay? Doing those two things, the training and the scav run like we did. We're going to move on now to missions. If you are completely new, I would say don't even watch any further and just do the bits that we already said about, and then can maybe come back in the future for this part, or you can just keep watching. It's up to you guys. So, task. Different missions here. This is a Christmas mission, which I need to accept, which is why it's flashing like that. So, eliminate the strange man in the red helmet. I'm not going to try and do that, but these are all your different missions. So I've done some of them. So you're going to have different ones on here to me. So this person just wants a mouse, okay? So we would have to find that mouse, come put it into here, and submit item, okay? This is your submit item box, and it is also your box to sell things. So if I go on sell here, it all lists as 0. If I put this gun in here, I can select the gun plus the mag, and it shows me the amount of money I can get from it selling to individual people, okay? I'm not going to bother doing that because there's no point really, but that's the way to do it. Procurement. If you have specific things, you can get more money for it. So if I had 6 data cords, a shampoo and 3 pliers, I can get 400% the value by selling all at once to this person, okay? That's a little thing to know. Come on to your tasks. When you're going to start playing properly, and some things like scav, if you're doing scav missions, they won't count towards kills on your tasks, but if I go into a scav mission and I find this mouse and I leave with it, I can submit it, okay? Your hideout, wouldn't worry too much. I haven't got anything extra unlocked yet. What the first thing I'm going to unlock is storage expansions. If I click that, it tells me what I need. 100,000 credits, nuts, bolts, wrench, hammer. Okay, 6 of those, 1, 1. Now, you will have some in this beautiful thing called a junk box. You can see I've got bolts in here, I've got nuts, I've got stuff in here. And you can scroll up and down, and you can fill this up. You know, I've got quite a bit in here. It's 9.12 out of 20, but it's got quite a bit of stuff. Put your junk in there. Don't sell your junk. You need a lot of that stuff. The things to sell are things you pull out of vaults, like that lion statue that we had, and other bits and bobs. But like I say, if you're really just starting new, I wouldn't worry about any of this for a minute. What we're going to do quickly now is have a look at the bunker. So if you're starting to get into proper games where you're taking damage and your equipment is getting damaged and things are happening, you're going to need to know more of these things. You've got a lot of equipment to use initially, and you're going to get more as you play. Especially, you know, these are guns. This gun is from a scav run that I just left with, you know. Scav runs are really good. If you end up seeing keys anywhere, always take the keys, because these are the key cards, like in Tabor. It says there's 3 uses on this. If I hold up this to it, lower sewers exits key. And it says it's epic, okay? So it tells you where that key is for. And it's not always going to be the map that you're on, okay? But you might find a key, and if you have your thing, you can check it and say we were on that map that we've just been playing a bunch, and it said motel. The motel is on that map, and we can check again on the PDA thing where that is. So if you head out this way and head upstairs, lovely. Ooh, scary, isn't it? I feel like a shotgun's going to come out of his mouth. Here is the market, okay? You can come up here and you've got more of these submit boxes and item things, okay? But you can come up here and you can spend your money. So it shows you how much money you've got at the top there. You can also look at the task for the specific person, but you can do all that back downstairs as well. Anything you decide to buy, you would just select. So this guy, if you run out of the MICA devices, the MICA devices, you can just come up and buy here 1,200. You press buy, okay? That's going to appear on the conveyor belt thing where we got this gun back from a minute ago. All right. If you are hurt, you come up here and you go to this machine. Services are provided to free before player level 5. Okay. This will completely mend you, because if you die in a real raid, so not a training and not a scav, you will come back here hurt. You come up here and you hit that. Okay. Back to heal. I'm not sure how much this is going to cost after I pass that level, because like you see, it says current player level 4. So just have a little look around. This is the guy that upgrades things. That was gun guy. There's another gun guy here, and there's a body armor helmet person over here. Okay, they all sell the Mica device, and they've got different bits and bobs. Backpacks, I mean, you really can't live without them. You can imagine like actually doing really good on your raid and then being like, well, I can't take anything because I didn't bring a backpack because I expected to die. Okay. Backup supply from this person. If you've lost all of your stuff and you can't get anything back, you can get a gun, a helmet, a bandage, apple, syringe, body armor, and a backpack for 4,516. Okay, that's a really, really good deal, and that's enough to get you reasonably well into a raid. Now, you've got to play cautiously. This isn't Call of Duty. Okay, it's not run, gun, die, run, gun, die. If you play cautiously and tactically, almost like you would if it was real, and you don't want to get shot, you're probably going to do better than you would if you were just running and gunning and doing whatever. Okay? So that is a very basic starter guide about what to do. See, I've got no power and things on the moment. You could learn those things down the line. I guess I will quickly say that one, because your body armor will take damage. Am I wearing body armor? So let's have a look at this body armor. Durability is 71 out of 75. You can see it there. Protection level 4, so it's better than the armor we were wearing before. 71 out of 75. Because obviously it took damage, it got shot while we were wearing it. When you have power, and the generator, I can show you where that is in a moment, you'll be able to just, I believe, just pop that on there, or the one you're wearing, and press repair. It's obviously going to cost money, but it will repair. So up there was the shop. We're going to go this way this time. And as you unlock more rooms, more things will open to you. And here we are. This is off at the minute. I've got a fuel can here because I got it from a quest reward. You won't have one. But you would just fill this up, hit the button, which is really satisfying. Obviously, I haven't put the fuel in there, so it's not going to do anything. And it will turn everything on. I'm waiting because I'm saving the fuel a bit, and I'm not particularly bothered about healing 4 durability on this thing. Although you can turn it off and on. I want to unlock this, and then I want to get crypto mining going, which happens in here, I believe. You build up your GPUs, because that's what we had on the Scav raid. We had computer parts and things. Haven't got that far yet, but that's what I'm aiming for. That is a really quick guide on basics of the game, but actually what to do, okay? There are so many good videos out there. I think Timeless VR has done a really good video on this that go into... I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of more... It's quicker, you know? This is like learning as we go, and I'm going through the things so you can actually kind of see, rather than being like, learn this, learn that, learn this, learn that. It's a bit slower, but it shows you physically what you need to do. So hopefully it was helpful to some people, and if not, I enjoyed making it anyway. So let me know how you get on if you follow any of these instructions, and if you have any better advice or anything that I've said wrong, or any other suggestions for people that are new, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching.